So sorry for not having segments over the past couple of days. I've been at a huge TCG convention that is in Montreal, and again, it's Wizards of the Coast, so they had Magic the Gathering, which is something I enjoy, but they also had a huge contingency of the Transformers trading card game. And considering that there's a huge absence of it in Quebec, it's kind of a opportunity to be able to play the game with other people that travel from around the eastern coast of Canada to play at FMM, the Festival Magique de Montréal, or the Magic Festival of Montreal. Anyways, check them out if you're in the local area. Pretty cool convention. Really awesome stuff. I always check it out. I always go down to it every time. But let's talk about some interesting news that I was trying to figure out how I was going to go about discussing it, because it is very important. I want to address some issues. Now, there's a certain thing going around right now around the world, and talking about it, YouTube does not like, and so we'll just call it the Big V. Let's call it that. And they made it pretty difficult to discuss stuff, because a lot of our hobby and a lot of our, product that we enjoy comes from that region of the world. So instead, I'm going to use certain buzzwords to, unfortunately, to have this discussion, because it seems that how the algorithm works is they use the closed caption process of me talking, and as a result, through the closed caption process, they're able to determine what conversations of stuff I'm having in my videos and flag them. And I discussed this topic previously on the podcast, and it got taken down. Well, first I got a strike, and then it got asked to be taken down, and then of course I complied, because I don't want to lose everything that we've built all these years over one small little topic. And it is a shame, and of course I've discussed it many times. If you want to talk about this stuff, come on the Discord. Transformers Slag's podcast Discord is absolutely amazing and unfiltered, and I'm there and a whole bunch of other people, a lot of cool folks. So definitely come down there if you want to have the unfiltered conversation of this stuff. But that being said, let's talk about Hasbro's SCE filing, which is the United States Securities and Exchange Commission. They did their filing, and they obviously had to talk about and address the Big V. And that being said, is pretty much Hasbro said, and this is what they said: the Big V, this is not me, this is me paraphrasing on that part, outbreak continues to a fluid and uncertain, making it difficult to forecast the final impact of how it will be on the future operations. If our business experiences prolonged occurrences of adverse public health conditions such as the Big V, we believe our business will be substantially harmed. Given that our toy manufacturing is conducted by third-party manufacturers, aka in China, health conditions such as the Big V and other factors affecting social and economical activities in China, and affecting the movement of people and product within China and its major markets, including North America, Europe, as well as the increasing cost of labor and other costs of doing business in China, could have a negative impact on our operations, revenue, and earnings. Now, I want to address one side of this. One thing that people have to understand is that a majority of Hasbro's products are made still in China. The funny thing is we're very unique as Transformer fans, because a lot of our products, bearing obviously some exceptions, but a lot of our products are made in Vietnam. Now, granted, Vietnam is south of China, kind of actually wriggles a little bit into China, the northern part of Vietnam. So I'm pretty sure that they're probably getting affected a little bit also by the Big V, and it's probably going to be affecting things too. But keep that in mind, though, that at least from a Transformer perspective, a lot of our product is made in Vietnam. And I was told this by Hasbro individuals about manufacturing and goods, and this was told to me, gosh, I want to say, when was Combiner Wars? Because that's when I started helping them with stuff. 2013, 14? But back then they were telling me pretty much how, Vietnam was the go-to because they're really good at just molds. They're cheaper for that. And so you could manufacture molds, put those figures together, have them shipped off to Longueuil, Quebec, packaged, ready for the rest of the world. And they're really good for that. And considering the way that modern Transformer toys are today, I mean, I'll just reach over here. I have next to me right here a one-step Transformer. I have from the Cyberverse line. I have a deluxe Transformer from the Cyberverse line. I have a Studio Series Transformer. And one thing that's kind of a noticeable thing with all of them is that there's a stronger emphasis on molded and colored parts and a limited amount of parts as much possible. And I'm just going to put you guys back. And the thing is that with those, the beautiful thing is it's very easy to just kind of have those come off the assembly line, assembled, and then ready to go. China kind of is the go-to for them when it's more higher-end stuff. And I know that might sound crazy, but it's the more higher-end stuff, more intricate paint schemes and painting, where Vietnam is really good more for assembly. And so Transformers, because they've started to more become an assembled figure with minor paint applications, with obviously the exceptions that I'm about to bring up, that's why most of Transformers have moved to Vietnam. Where the flip side of it, let's say Marvel Legends or Star Wars Black Series. Assembly is one thing, but there's also a lot of paint applications on those. Those characters have a lot of paint. It's not molded colors. Look, you pick up your average Transformer toys. How much of it is molded plastics in that color as opposed to painted surfaces? Not so much. Where you pick up your Star Wars or Marvel Legends stuff, unless it's like a Jedi Knight Luke, where 90% of the body is a black outfit and only the face is painted. Which then even the face painting is. Just that head probably has more paint than 90% of Transformers on the shelves. It's a different animal. So with Transformers, where do we see Transformers still made in China? Our masterpieces. Masterpiece Transformers are still made in China. At one point, they actually tested the Vietnam market with masterpieces, and it didn't really work out that well for paint applications. I remember... I know they did I think it was the second run of Lambor Sideswipe. They did that, and they were having problems with, like, let's say the Autobot logo. And what sucks about that is because when you buy masterpieces, number one, you're buying them online, so you're not able to inspect your product before you buy it. Number two, it comes in a box, so you can't even inspect it if you wanted to. Where we're lucky, where at least we could kind of look at the toy through the bubble in a Walmart and see if the paint applications are garbo. But yeah. So that's one thing that we're lucky, at least. But Hasbro's plight here that's going on because of all of this will affect some things here and there. And of course, the bigger thing is while it might not be affecting their output of Transformer product, minus a few key things that are more higher end, it still affects the company as a whole. And thus, if the company suffers, even the stuff that could survive without the issue will be affected by the company as a whole. And it sucks, but it's a reality, even though, because I mean, and again, I wanted to kind of do this because the argument was people are saying, oh, but it's made in Vietnam, it shouldn't affect us. It still will. It still does at the end of the day. There's still, look, and again, Vietnam isn't too far away from China. So if someone's going to get affected, because of the big V, it's someone that literally is right there, right next to them. So that being said, that's something I really wanted to address because people need to understand how that whole process is going down with Transformers right now, and what I feel how it'll affect us, really. Let's put it this way: unless Vietnam gets hit as bad as China, it's not going to affect the stuff that we really like Earthrise figures right now and Studio Series and even that of, let's say, Cyberverse stuff and everything. But it will affect other lines that you guys enjoy. So while, you're going to be going to Walmart or wherever and be able to pick up your Transformer product in general with no slowdown, this will affect maybe some of the other toy lines that you guys collect. So what I would suggest is if you've picked up something recently, a new release of something from a retail toy line you collect, pick it up and check the back of the packaging, see where it comes from, and that's kind of going to be a crystal ball effect of maybe not an immediate problem, but maybe what might be an issue of distribution in the future. And I'm not saying that the distribution is going to be, hit heavily, but it might slow down a little bit. And if you're one of those guys that lives somewhere where distribution is terrible already, it might get even worse. But again, I don't want to sound like a doombringer here, but it's just something that I want to address with all the recent stuff that's been going on in the world. I mean, look, I just came back from a convention, and I was surprised that this convention even happened in lieu of all the conventions that have recently been canceling their showings, and even Tokyo Game Show and everything. All these different conventions all over the world have been canceling their scheduling because of the fear of what's going on right now with the Big V. So it's something that we need to be cautious about. We need to be careful about. And the same advice I gave everyone, even in the Discord: keep your head low and wait it out and see what happens. I think if there's any time more than ever to be someone who stays at home and does nothing, we're lucky to be in this generation now, with Amazon and everything delivered to us, and iPhones and so much entertainment that, we don't even have to go out to get a video cassette and return it. Like, I think we'll be fine. And I mean, outside, like someone like me, it's literally like the past few weeks because of all the stuff that's been going on. And granted, yes, I'm in Montreal, Canada. What do I have to worry about, right? Look, I'm playing it safe too. Unless I'm going out for groceries or work, no reason to really have to linger too much. The funny thing is like just these past couple of weeks, I've really been just kind of like, I have my one day where I'm going to go out and do my groceries and do my toy hunting at the same time. It's winter right now still too in Canada, so there's no reason to go major toy hunting in the cold and stuff, and hit up even like garage sales and everything. So it's a good time right now to kind of hang low. I think that the months of February and March, where this stuff really is right now heated, use that time to kind of just, I don't know, binge on Netflix and just enjoy the indoor life, be a little sedentary until all of this kind of passes over. And like I told everyone, just stay safe. Just stay safe and be careful. And I don't know, like, try to look, even the convention stuff that's going on right now, maybe just, for the month of March and April, and at least until this stuff is pretty much passes, kind of stay low. Stay low. Look, I want to quote Vangelis on this, where every time Vangelis and a whole bunch of us would go to BotCons, we'd always get something called Con Crud, which is certain guys in the Transformer fandom, and I don't want to toot my own horn, but people come up to you and they want to congratulate you for the good work that you do in the fandom, and Vangelis gets that too, PR a lot of people. And we shake a lot of hands. We talk in proximity with a lot of people. We don't really get to hang low. And as a result, some of us, we get sick. by Sunday, Monday, we're already coughing in a little, we got the con crud, as we call it. And that's just the name of the game. So I think that, even in healthy times, we still kind of get sick due to all the sweatiness that is a convention and all the bodily fluids that is a convention. So I think that right now is a good time to kind of hang low. And, I went to a TCG convention just, the past 2 days. And I was lucky that it was, it's not like a traditional convention, which has cosplay and dealer rooms. It's really more trading cards and playing trading cards. And it's, I don't know, it's a different vibe. I mean, here's the first thing about it. There's no entry cost to get in to this convention. So it's already unique in itself like that. But I think that moving forward after this, I'm going to be kind of avoiding stuff until everything kind of is looking good. But again, listeners, just play it safe. Just play it safe right now, and hopefully everything will work out in the end. And again, our beloved Transformers right now are fine, but we'll definitely see what happens in the future.